Hey, what's happening? Welcome to the channel. My name is Paul Farmer. In this video, I am going to share with you the process I have to make multiple streams of income online without overwhelm and frustration. Because when I first started online, that was one of the things that really hit me pretty hard was, I ended up getting caught up into too many different things, too many different programs, too many different trainings. Uh, And what happened is I just felt very overwhelmed, very frustrated, and I didn't even know what to do. Like I was completely lost. Now, what I do want to say, okay, so I'm going to show you four different income streams that I have. And within those income streams, there's multiple streams of income within those income streams. But I just want to say this from the very beginning. You don't need to have all these income streams, okay? Over the years, these are just things that I've had and I just make them work. So let me get right to it, okay? So the first thing I do is I have a funding device. One of the things I see many people that come online wanting to make money is most of the time they come on with and they have no money and they don't want to invest any money into a business. And because of it, they suffer. They don't make the money they want to make. They spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to do it for free, and it really doesn't work too well. So the very first thing you see up here is get paid to write letters. It's get paid to write letters. Okay, so this is a program that I joined over a year ago, and thankfully I did because this program was a lifesaver. In 2024, I injured my back really badly. I couldn't sit, stand, or walk. I couldn't get to my desk, my computer, to do any work whatsoever. And thanks to having this opportunity where I could just write these short letters and get paid to write these short letters, I was able to do that. Even though I had to lay on my back, even though I was uncomfortable, I was still able to do it. And during that whole recovery time, and it took a long time, there was a long time I couldn't even walk or sit or anything. Sitting came back the latest actually. So for months and months, I was on my back. Like I could not sit and without being in severe pain. So, but I was able with a clipboard and a pen to write these short letters, and I was able to get paid uh, over and over again for doing that. And that's definitely helped me get through a very trying time in my life. Okay, so the way I see this opportunity is it's a funding device. Now, maybe you have a different funding device. Maybe you have a different way for you to be having an income where you can invest in different types of tools and advertising. Maybe you have that already. And if you do, great, use that. If you don't, perhaps this is an option for you. They also added Amazon Amazon Influencer, Kindle, and you also get credit repair for free as well within the membership. So uh, there's a lot of different ways to earn that don't require you talking to people, recruiting, marketing, any of that. That's what this is, okay? But I primarily use it as a funding device. So I'm able to buy tools and I'm able to buy advertising, buy traffic to send into and grow my other programs. Okay, again, like I said, you don't need everything I have here. It just so happens I have it, so I get paid from it. Why not, right? So number two here is Power Lead System. So I have my funding device, and then I have Power Lead System. Now, Power Lead System, I've been with this program for over 10 years. It's paid me over 175K within about a 2 year period is when I did most of the advertising, most of the marketing, most of the work, and then it was just residual from then on out. I really didn't do anything with it for years and years, but it's always paid on time every time. It provides great training. It provides tools that you can use to grow any business. So it's pretty powerful. And typically I would market Power Lead System, but just recently they came out with a new system. It's an old system, but it's like rebranded, um, updated, that kind of thing. So it has AI automation, and it also has the owner of the company or one of the coaches calling and working with your leads, working with your buyers because the system brings people in at $7. Let me just show you what I'm talking about here, right here. So we have a capture page already done. Like I didn't have to create this. I didn't have to do anything with it. It's already done. So remember, I said I have a funding device with the letters. What I do is I go and purchase advertising and I send eyeballs to this page. People go to this page, they're in their email, they see a page that looks like this, they click on this, they go to the sales page. Okay, so it's a very simple system that can be used for anything. It doesn't matter if you're in a network marketing company, MMO, affiliate marketing, it doesn't matter what you're doing because this system helps you generate, build a list for one thing, build a list of buyers for another thing, and it follows up with you, even has AI follow up, and even has the owner going in there and closing. What it does is it works with your $7 buyers, so you make $6 commissions. The AI system kicks in when the buyers happen. So when the $7 buyer happens, that buyer is going to be followed up and told about how they can make more money, how they can position themselves to earn more money. Now, if I come back over here, uh, Power Lead System, like I said, I've been with this company for 10 years, over 10 years. It's over 12 years old. It always pays on time. And it gives you the ability to go and make residual income and even high ticket income all the way up to $1,500 commissions. So that's why I made this pretty much my number one. So I have the funding program, which is the letters that keeps money coming in for advertising. Again, if you have a funding device already, you may not need this, but if you don't, this could be a great option for you to make an extra 500, 1,000, 2,000, $4,000 a month with by doing the simple task of just writing letters. It's very simple. Then you take a portion of that and you invest it in your business with advertising, with tools, that kind of thing. So I do advertising, which costs money. So you're either going to do things for free and spend your time, your valuable time doing those, or you could spend your money and shorten the time and get more people to see your page much faster. I like to do a mix of both personally. That works best for me. So I have a funding device. I run it into a simple funnel. Like I don't go recreate the wheel or anything here. Run it into a simple funnel. It collects the leads, which are then dripped on with an automated email series that's done for me. I don't have to do it. And then the buyers are also followed up through text and voicemail drops with AI. And AI goes and schedules appointments with the owner or with one of the coaches, and also the owner and the coaches outbound call. They call these buyers. So it's a complete system. Like follow up, everything is done for you. It's really pretty incredible. So coming back over here, funding, simple system. This simple system advertises this system too, down here. Okay, so this system down here is the automatic duplication system. It's a complete system. Again, it has AI also. Uh, this AI calls your leads, texts your leads, voicemail drops your leads or voice drops your leads, and emails your leads. The system also has a 24/7 call center that also closes your leads and onboards your leads and trains your leads. It's really quite amazing, this system, but it does have a number of moving parts. Now, this system you can also earn multiple streams of income within the system, residual income, high ticket income. Again, I go back. You don't need to have all this stuff. I'm just showing you what I do. Okay. Because you probably don't have the budget to go and get all this stuff. Over time, I've accumulated this stuff. So Power Lead System, I've been in for over 10 years. I'm all in. I have all the products. I can earn as much as $1,500 commissions. So it makes a lot of sense to me to have a funding device to take a portion and put it into advertising, right? So I can drive traffic to my funnel, which is going to collect leads, help build my list, help get buyers, which are so I get $6 commissions from there. So that kind of offsets the advertising a little bit. But where it really starts offsetting is when you start getting the residual and then you go into profit with the high ticket. So what I'm doing here is I'm building my list. I have a funding device to help me build my list because we are in the lead generation business. The lead generation business. So coming back here, that's building my list. It's also, so it goes into two different autoresponders. One is set up within, I'm going to call it Power Lead System, but this is actually a lead lightning system I'm talking about, but it could be Power Lead System. It's one and the same. One goes into an automated series that's done by the company. The other goes onto my get response list where I start off with a relationship series. And the reason I do that is these are cold leads. They don't know who I am. And I just introduce who I am, what I do, and how I can help them. And I have a series of 3 emails. I give away a free training within one of the emails. I give away a nice little bonus in another one of the emails as well. So it's packed with value, packed with things that will absolutely help the person, no matter where they're at, start making income. And that's it. And then from there, they're moved into my broadcast list. And that's where the Home Business Academy comes in. Okay, so now I can start talking about the Home Business Academy. I could talk about Power Lead System. I could talk about the automatic duplication system. I could talk about the writing the letters, which I don't hardly ever do because the truth of the matter is I like to just do it on my own. Like, I don't want to be convincing you to do something that makes a plenty of sense to me. Like, it's kind of a no-brainer to me, but I don't want to be convincing you or trying to answer a bunch of questions that, to me, like, you write these simple letters, you get paid. Like, you don't need any skill. So I don't really advertise this anymore. I'm talking about it because it's part of my process. But other than that, I don't really put it out there. It's on my YouTube channel. I made a bunch of videos about it. Um, it's a great program. They keep adding more and more value to it. But I just kind of like to keep it to myself because the truth of the matter is people can be exhausting. You know, they'll ask every little question and try to poke holes in something I've been doing for over a year and getting paid. So that's why I don't really talk about it. But I'm talking about a little bit here. Funding goes into a funnel. I have advertising going. This is being advertised with the funnel, goes into a relationship series, and then I go into a broadcast. Broadcast just means I'm writing emails daily or every other day or however many days I want, sharing my story, sharing updates, sharing lessons I've learned, giving value, that kind of thing. And that's my process. Then if we come over here, here's my 5-step formula to get consistent sales. And I've made a number of videos about this. The first step is decide to go all in. So if I were to come back here and I'm looking at Power Lead System, okay, I have my funding device. Do I want to make only $6 commissions? Or do I want to be in position to make $1,500 commissions and $1,000 commissions and $400 commissions and $100 commissions and 35 residual dollar commissions and $20 residual commissions and a 50% match on the $20 commissions from what my team does? Or would I rather just make the $6? So even if you didn't do anything else on here and you just had a funding device and you had a system that paid you residual and high ticket income, you're pretty much set. You have a system that works, and then you just plug in. Like I said, I like to do paid advertising and I like to do organic marketing, free marketing. Okay, so I got the 0 step, decide to go all in, have at least one conversation a day. So you're having at least one conversation a day about your business. This is just a little formula I put together that works, that produces consistent results for me. 2 to 5 YouTube search videos a week. Okay. 1 to 2 curiosity posts weekly. So a curiosity post is just something that's going to make people want to know what it is you're doing. What's this post about? It's going to help people come to you, and there's your conversation, right? They're going to come to you wanting to know what it is you're doing. Could I get more info? Boom. They come to you, okay? And then, so this is the organic stuff, right? This is the free stuff. And then, like I said, the funding device, I have the paid traffic going out once a week. It could be bi-weekly. It just needs to be consistent, right? You want to have a consistent flow of leads coming in. The free strategies, the content is what's helping develop the know, like, trust. The know, like, trust. So people, because when you're doing paid traffic, this is cold traffic. They don't know you. They don't know you whatsoever. So if you're just hitting them all of a sudden with sale, 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 buy, it's not going to work too well. You have to warm them up. You have to share stories with them. You have to let them know who you are. So that's where the content comes in. You see what I'm saying? That's where this stuff comes in. You know, if you want to make sales the fastest, I'm going to tell you, get these conversations going. I guarantee you'll make sales doing that. That's where it might go to all the time. Whenever sales dip, I go back to the conversation. Because if you're not having conversations about your business, and that could be in email even, you know, that could be through video, but I'm talking about conversations where you're having either a phone call, you're texting back and forth, like conversation, like, hey, would you be open to learning about what I do to make extra money on home? And they say yes. You send them some info, and they look at the info. That's a conversation. See, you're getting eyeballs on what it is you're doing. But that's my process. It's pretty simple, I think. You could also come to my YouTube channel. And you can see I have it all laid out for you right on the home page. So right here, get paid to write letters. You learn all about it. Okay. Power lead system. Here you go. I referred to lead lightning. I've been talking about lead lightning. Okay. Uh, the automated system, Home Business Academy. Been with this company for over 4 years. There's not another one like it. When it comes to integrity, when it comes to value, when it comes to making high commissions, when it comes to an amazing community, there's nothing else like it that I've ever seen online. Like, so if that's something that you value, you could absolutely do that instead of the Power Lead system because they also have training. They also have funnels. In my experience, and I'm just speaking with my experience, these type of simple little funnels tend to do very well. Like people really like this stuff. And Power Lead System has some uh, unique, pretty cool leverage built into it too. Plus, you know, you make all the way up to $1,500 commissions. You make the residual. I mean, I could always do a video where I go into the ins and outs, but that's not really like the differences and all that. But that's not really what I want to cover here. I just kind of wanted to go over my system, what I do, my process, so I'm not overwhelmed, so I'm not getting confused, and so I'm making consistent sales. And this is my process. Funding device, drive them into a funnel. Funnel builds 2 businesses, right? So I got the buyer leads being generated that are being followed up with AI, and the owner of the company as well, and coaches that are going to answer their questions and show them how they could position themselves to make a whole lot more money, possibly making me a $1,500 commission, possibly making me, you know, $55 residual. That's what this is about. They work for you doing that. Okay, so there's a simple system, very easy to use this. Very easy to get traffic into this. And if you have Power Lead System, you can customize it however you want. I'm someone that likes simple. I learned a long time ago that simple is what creates results. And that's why I like to keep it simple. I have a funding device. I send traffic to a funnel. I do organic. The other thing I didn't mention is so my videos. So if we come back over here, I just remember this: 2 to 5 YouTube search videos. Now, some people, they'll only do videos on one company over and over and over and over again. Um, and you can do that, and there's no problem with that. That works. For me, because I have the different companies, I do a video about one of these companies whenever I'm doing videos. So one day I'll wake up, I'll be like, okay, well today I want to do one on Power Lead System or Lead Lightning, same thing, right? Or maybe I'm in the Home Business Academy and I'm on a training and something stands out to me, or I hear a new update, I'll go make a video about Home Business Academy. Okay. Or maybe I hear an update about the automatic duplication system, or maybe I hear a cool story, like a testimonial from one of the members of the community, and I'll go make a video and I'll share it. Sometimes I'm heavy one program, sometimes I'm mixing it up. My whole goal here is to provide value and to show you how simple it can be to earn income that can really make a real difference, really create freedom in your life, uh, at least take a little financial stress. And I make income from every one of these things. Every one of these, I'm in profit many times over. So, uh, again, I'm just going to close it with this. You don't need all these programs to make money. You don't. I'm just showing you my system. You could plug any program you want into this if you kind of do the same thing. The reason I like Power Lead System is for the residual, the high ticket, the valuable training that they provide, and it's simple and it's proven, right? That's why I like it. And I can feed it into anything I want. Because from this point, yes, it advertises the system through its autoresponder. It's already set up that I did nothing with. It is already done. It goes out. But I could also add those leads to my list. They go there automatically through the API. And now I could drip on those leads with proof progress results by sharing my story, by sharing things that are happening in my life, right? Making a connection with those leads. So what I shared with you today is a surefire formula that works. And here's the thing, sometimes I'll like second guess myself. I'll be like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if what I'm doing really is what I should be doing, like maybe there's a better way. And then I'll go get on other people's trainings and they're essentially teaching the same thing. And I'm sitting here like, well, that's what I teach, you know? That's what I know. That's what I do, right? And they're out there teaching it. Like some of them are creating their own courses and selling their courses, but they're teaching the same thing. So I promise you, when you do this, um, it will absolutely work for you. The only thing I want to say is, again, you don't need all these programs. You know, may you have your own, whatever, but have a funding device, have something. Maybe your job is your funding device. Maybe you have leftover money. I don't know. You need to put a percentage towards your business. Hopefully you have some kind of system that pays you residual and high ticket income. That's simple, right? Helps you build a list. Hopefully you have something like that. And that's all you really need. You don't really need anything else. I mean, you could plug in like a network marketing company in this spot if you wanted a third thing, but if you're new, I don't really recommend it. I recommend keeping it simple. Because let me just tell you, if I didn't have these things, I would probably just be focusing on one thing. I'd have my funding device, I'd focus on one thing. I'd run traffic to it, I'd do the videos. But I have been doing this for over 13 years, so I kind of have an understanding of how to work it all. But if you're new, you don't want to do that. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you got, hope and trust you got some value from what I shared. It really is my intention to do what I can to help you out. I've seen so many people over the years come and go. Like I just recently, I was talking to someone And this guy was going like he was putting up content every day. He was showing up. He was making things happen. He was producing results, and all of a sudden, vanished, like gone. You know. So I don't know what happened to him. And this happens all the time. Like I look back, like when I'm having my conversations and I'm going through my friends list, I look back at how many people have just up and quit. Like they couldn't hack it. And it just, I scratch my head because I'm like, this isn't that complicated. You just have to do some proven activities and you have to learn to do them consistently. And if you learn to, when you learn to do that, you will get results. It doesn't matter what you're promoting. Okay, thanks for watching. Go to the link in my description. I'm going to have a list of these different programs. If any of these resonate with you, you want to check them out, feel free to click on that. And with that, make it a great day.